Welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name as always is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user Crossfire25. That's Crossfire25 and he's driving the T29 on an encounter battle on Ensk. So I just want to start this video with a little word of warning. The player here was suffering from a very, very high ping, which is why every now and then you see them looking at the ground just to try and limit the amount of things that need rendering and thus try and improve the ping. I don't know if that actually works, but definitely going to give it a go. So anyway, on to this battle. Driving the T29 is definitely one of my favourite tanks in the game. It's a tier 7 heavy for the Americans, and once you've got the upgraded cannon and that upgraded turret, this thing can be a real beast, especially if you're able to get into a hull down position, because it has over 300 frontal armor on that turret, and with the size of that gun mantlet, there's pretty much no way, I mean look at that, there's no way anybody's going to put a shell right through the front of that. So even when not in a hull down position, oh, poor Panzer 38. So I'm not sure if the shot hit him, it looked like it missed, but just comes in with a ram and finishes him off for his full hit points, only taking a tiny bit of damage himself. So that Panzer 38 attempting to go for some early scouting there, but just getting wiped out. So Crossfire going to be setting himself up in a side-scraping position in an effort to try and get a shot on this Hellcat. Unfortunately, just blocked a little bit by his ally there. Oh, that's a little bit of a snapshot. Unfortunately, not quite able to hit the Hellcat there. But because he's in such a good side-scraping position, he can remain here anyway. Enemy T29 comes into view. He's able to get a good bit of damage on him and only take track damage in return. Hellcat rushes his shot and just plants that one into the dirt. Crossfire going to be trying to hunt down the enemy T29 here. Again, sets himself up in a side-scraping position. The enemy team's pushing a little bit too strong here for some reason. The enemy T29 way out of position here. Doesn't really have the support of that many of his allies. Had the support of this Hellcat here, but this Hellcat has been dealt a hefty chunk of damage now, and he's probably going to fall back. And as we see there, the T29 gets himself taken out by that Tiger P. They do still have another T29 in the background there, but he's not really going to be playing much of a part all the way back there where he is, especially when his allies pushed forward this far. Hellcat tries in vain to back off out of that fight, but he just gets taken out. Doesn't have the agility to be able to make it out of there. This T29's turret hugging with this IS, which is a fantastic idea when you're only facing one opponent, but when you've got another enemy coming around behind you here, like Crossfire is, then it's definitely not the best idea. At least the IS in the front probably isn't going to get any damage onto this T29, but T29 also not going to get any damage in return. See Crossfire trying to sneak a shot through his turret ring there. Wasn't quite able to get a shot, although the T29 was only able to do damage to Crossfire's gun in return, and he gets himself taken out now, and he becomes kill number 3. So the game's not going particularly well for the Allies. They've convincingly won the centre, they've won the town here, but they've definitely lost the fight on that right-hand flank there. The enemy team just overrunning them, and as you can see, they're currently standing at 8 kills to 11. You can see those two ARL 44s are now going to be sweeping up from the south of the train lines. And the Allied team has to be careful and has to be aware here. Both ARLs still making a move towards this cap circle, so the Allied team just going to set themselves up for some counter maneuvers here. Looks like one of the ARLs has actually moved into the cap circle, although that might be one of the other faster tanks, T3485 perhaps, as it looks like he hasn't been spotted for the entire game, so may actually just be AFK over at his base. Looks like the ARLs are getting a little bit greedy here, thinking that they've got this one in the bag at 8 kills to 12. There's only 3 opponents left and 7 of them, and thinking that they've got this one. So this ARL comes out of the cap circle, tries to hunt down Crossfire, only able to get a shot on the ARL's tracks there, which is a little bit unfortunate, but just going to wait out the reload of his gun. Gets himself into a side-scraping position. The ARL has his shot, it bounces. Crossfire takes his time, but again his shot only able to take out the tracks here, trying to lure him into having a bad shot. lures him into having his shot, and it just takes out his track, but again, not quite able to get any damage of his own through the front of this ARL, even though he's shooting at the lower plate there. He's going to take his time with this one, but it looks like the Tiger P's doing some good work, and he's able to take out the ARL. SU-152 comes around the corner and fires off that giant cannon. Now this is going to give him an opportunity to crossfire, to head around this corner, and just sneak up alongside this SU-152. Trying to block off the shot so that maybe the SU couldn't shoot at his ally in the Tiger P there, but it looks like the ARL's been doing some flanking maneuvers, got around the back of the Tiger P and taken him out, but he's a one-shot for crossfire. He takes his time, picks his shot, and gets a beautiful kill on that ARL there. Now it's just himself and this Type T-34 to take on the 3 remaining enemy tanks, a KB-3, 3485, and a Type 58. Like I said, this T-3485 hasn't been seen anywhere. I'm going to be working down this Type 58 here. Got to be careful, because with the fast-firing cannon of this Type 58 could prove to be bad news, although it looks like he's having some really bad lag issues here as he's fired into the ground. Just keeping an eye on where that 3485 is coming. He's come from the side. Gets a very, very lucky fire on the Type 58 there to be able to take him out, and then he's just going to be left with the 3485 and this KV-3 bouncing shots from the 3485, and he's deciding that he's just got to get out of that situation and get himself some cover, and indeed he is able to run away. I'm not sure what this T-34 is doing. The Type T-34, he's up in the north of the map while Crossfire is fighting for his life here in and amongst the ruins, and he's going to be dueling with this KV-3. T-3485 makes his move, comes around the side here. Crossfire doing the smart thing of paying all of his attention to this KV-3, sets him on fire as well and takes him out, and it's just this Type T-34 finally shows up to the battle to help him duel with the 3485. Bounces the shot from the 3485, takes his time, picks up that kill for the Radley Walters medal, well deserved as well, holding his shot there so he could get the kill and pick up his well deserved Radley Walters medal. So absolutely awesome replay there from Crossfire 25, battling through not a very good team, not a very good ping, and coming out with 8 kills and over 5,000 points of damage. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget to stick around, because as always the score screens and another game are coming right up. And our second replay of the day is from the user Lurt. That is Lurt, and he's driving the Chinook Kai on a standard battle on Ruinberg. And yes, that is the Lurt from the Duckster World of Tanks gaming guides. If you haven't seen those, definitely worth a read if you're new or even experienced to the game and just want to refresh a little bit. And I'll put a link for those in the description. They're definitely worth a read, even if you feel that you are an experienced World of Tanks player. There's always some little bit of knowledge that can be gleaned from information like this. So like I said, there'll be a link for that article in the description. So onto this replay. Lurk going to be taking up a position overlooking the square. If you can reach this place early in a quick little tank, then you're definitely able to catch some enemies off guard there. Has a quick shot at that truck, just to take that out early so that he doesn't waste a shot trying to take it out later on. And here we see an M8A1 coming into view. Lurt's able to get one good hit onto him. He realizes that he's in trouble, but he realizes it too late. Gets set on fire and gets taken out. Luckily, it looks like the A1 was the only person who was aware of what was going on, and this T-34 and Panzer III-4 haven't returned fire yet. Panzer III-4 finally has a shot back, but because he's hulled down inside this little ruin area, the enemy team's got no chance of being able to get any damage on him whatsoever, and Lurt's just able to take his time and whittle these guys down. Panzer III-4 just giving up there, firing at the wall. He knows his goose is cooked. Unfortunately, that one bounces, but one more shot will definitely be enough to take him out, and that's 3 quick kills within 2 minutes for Lurt here. So, got themselves off to a nice lead. Most of the Allied team has come here into the town. As you can see, there's nobody really on that right-hand flank. So, probably going to need to transition across there and try and help out. There's a Panzer IV medium tank camping around with the artillery. I'm not really sure what he thinks he's going to achieve there. Yeah, sorry, I was just a little bit baffled by this Panzer IV, wondering why exactly he's camping in that spot. That's it's not really going to be able to achieve anything. So, going to have to head across here and try and take out this M5 Stuart, because if that M5 Stuart can get in here around the Allied spawn area, he's going to do some real damage to these artillery here. Finds an AMX-40. And this is just not a fair fight whatsoever. A Chinook versus an AMX-40. And as you can see, Lurt just picks him up with ease. The artillery does come in from the skies there, so going to have to try and play this one a little bit more carefully. He did take a little bit damage from the enemy artillery, and there is 3 of them there. Finds the M5 Stuart, and it looks like he's probably got the derp gun, so we're going to have a long reload, but still got to play it careful, because if that derp gun penetrates, it's going to do significant damage. Even if it doesn't penetrate, it's going to do some damage. As you can see, Lurt already picked himself up 5 kills, and we're only sort of, what, 3.5 minutes into this battle? So doing a fantastic job. Did some early work on that far left-hand flank, taking out 3 tanks in that square, and then heading across to the right-hand side to defend the artillery, taking out the AMX-40 and that M5 Stuart. Game going pretty heavily in their favour now at 10 kills to 5. You can see the Allied team marauding in from that left-hand side. Lurt going to be heading up this right-hand side just in case any of the enemy tanks try to bolt for cover somewhere and try and get over to that right-hand side. He's going to be here to head them off and take anybody out who tries to make a run for it. You can see though the Panzer Soufflé artillery and the Hetzer still over here. Got a very nice shot on the artillery here. Oh, it left him with 1 hit point. Can he pick up the kill? Yes, he can, and that is his Top Gun medal. Gonna have a couple of shots at the side armor of this Hetzer here, and there's nothing the Hetzer's gonna be able to do about it, as the shots just rain in from all directions, and Lurt's able to pick up kill number 7. So there's just this M7 Priest, a 13 AM, and a KV-1 somewhere. Not really sure where this KV-1 is. There he is. He's over there defending the artillery. So that seems like a pretty common thing in these low-tiered games, because as we saw earlier, the Panzer IV was camping right next to their artillery to try and... I don't know why they were trying to camp there. But you can see the Allied Panzer IV has finally started to make a move now that the battle is pretty much over. So he's going to achieve nothing in this fight. Artillery rained in there and took out the AMX-13AM, and Lurt's going to come around the corner here and try and help this help himself to some damage on this KV-1. I think he's probably disconnected, actually, as his gun's pointed backwards and down, and he's driving forward at a ridiculous pace. But as it is, Lurt's able to pick him up as well and pick up kill number 8, and that is a well-deserved Radley Walters medal, being instrumental on both flanks, early on the left and late on the right. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a good replay, then please send that to replay@screenreality.com. Link for that is in the description. If you're not already, then definitely consider hitting that subscribe button, because there's a lot more World of Tanks content to come in the future. I have been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks, and I will catch you guys next time.